Hi, my name's Rob Craine. I'm a past cleaner here at the Swanage Railway, and that means that I go out on steam engines and I shovel the coal into the firebox. I make all the steam and all the water, and I do other bits and pieces here as well, so I get involved in the operational side of things. Basically anything that I can do to help keep this place running. It all started when I was about 1 year old. So my mum loves to tell the story of how she brought us down here, lovely family holiday, and stood on Swanage platform about where I am now. Train rolls in like it would past me, and I started crying and cried and cried, and then I stopped, and then the train went and I started crying again, and she just could not shut me up until we drove to the other end of the line to see the train again. And I think that was it then for me. That was one day of being here, and I got the bug, as they say. You know, I was absolutely mad about them. Anything I could learn about steam engines, I did the books, I had the DVDs, I'd go to other railways and watch the trains, and I think really, you know, I got to about 16 years old, 17 years old, and thought, do you know, why can't I do that? You know, why can't I come down and play my part? It's given me so much joy growing up. Why can't I help contribute to that for other people? And started off as a cleaner at the very bottom of the ladder and worked my way up, and, you know, had some fun along the way. Lots of dirt, lots of getting very, very dirty. But yeah, and now I am where I am. The bit I enjoy the most, 100%, is the shoveling. It is 100% when, you know, you put the shovel in the coal and then you put it in the box, and it's when you get it right, there's just no other feeling like it. You know, I just absolutely love it. The physicality of it, and, you know, especially when you put a nice wedge in, build a lovely back end up. That's my favourite thing to do. Mainly because I prove that I can, and I think that's an element of it, is I like proving that I can do it. It takes quite a few skills to be a fireman.
I think it would be definitely fair to say, I think Ethan would agree with me, that firing is the biggest skill. It's harder to be good at firing than it is to be good at driving. Driving, you can sort of do the same thing every time-ish, you know, within reason. Whereas firing, because there's such a variation in the coal and the way the engine's worked, or just the shape of your fire, you know, the fact you've got to be ahead of the game. You've got to be about 15-20 minutes ahead of the game every time. So you've got to be really prepared and really knowledgeable about how the railway works. Okay, well, what's going to happen here, what's going to happen there. It takes years and years to get really on it, I'd say.
So it's one of those things where it's like anyone can start the process, and you join as a cleaner, and you get to obviously help clean the engine, and learn the different parts, learn different elements of the job. And then once you've been cleaning for a while, you get presented with a logbook, which sort of works like an MVQ, where there are different elements to it, and the individual can go through the logbook, signing off each bit as they go, and build that portfolio of evidence to say that they're competent. They can then take that to us and the traction inspectors, who will act as assessors on the railway, and we can sign to say we agree they've demonstrated that competency. And then after usually about 2 years, you can then go through a practical examination, a technical examination, and a theory examination, and if you prove yourself competent, you attain the grade.
When I was 4 or 5, I used to pretend to be a fireman. I was never pretending to be a driver. I always used to pretend to shovel the coal and put it in the firebox and put some water in. You know, that's part of it for me, is I'm there now. I've sort of reached that dream, and of course I'm looking forward. I'd love to get to driving one day, and also signalling. So I'm supposed to be starting our signalling school in January, which is something that I'm really excited about. Learning how to signal trains safely, and I think I'm going to enjoy the mental challenge of that, and making sure things run smoothly and quickly. And also, you know, I'd be a fool if I didn't say that one day, not 10 years, maybe not 15 or 20, but I'd like to be an inspector as well on the footplate. And I'd love to be a mentor and sort of just pass all the knowledge that I've been given and pass that along to everyone else, just as everyone who's gone before me has passed it down to me.